Hey folks, today's video is brought to you by Harry's, and you've been hearing me talk about Harry's razors and Harry's shaving products and Harry's facial care products for probably going on like 4 years now. Here is what you really need to know about Harry's, okay? They have their own razor blade factory, and that allows them to sell consumer direct from manufacturer to customer at lower prices with the same great quality products you expect from those brands you have to ask them to unlock the case at the CVS. You don't have to do that. They send you a starter set, and then they send you blades or shaving creams and stuff every month. What you need to know about me and Harry's is that they haven't sponsored us consistently the whole time. And in those in-between periods, I didn't go back to the drugstore brands. I kept buying Harry's razor blades, Harry's razor handles. I, in the beginning, suggested this delightful rubberized handle instead of their metal handle, so I could use it in the shower when I shave my face and head in the shower without it getting very slippery. And I have spent my own money on Harry's razor blades this whole time for like 5 years. And I love Harry's. I still use it every day. This is my actual razor. I just got out of my suitcase coming back from Las Vegas. And they have a deal for you. Can't beat it. Get in the game. Harrys.com/TST. They've got their starter set for just $3. It's a handle, it's blades, it's everything you need to get going with Harry's, and it's only $3. The blades are really effective. There's 4 blades on the front with a lubricating strip. There's a 5th blade on the back for edging. It works great. I use it on my face. I use it on my head. I use it every single week, and I've never gone wrong with Harry's stuff. So get in the game, Harrys.com/TST, or hit the link in our description and get a starter set for just $3. That's the whole pitch. Now enjoy this video, thanks to Harry's. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Westside Collector Car Storage, my shop here in Playa Vista, where we have the most premium car storage in all of Los Angeles. And today, I'm going to be riding a really interesting, potentially game-changing motorcycle. This is the Livewire One. And if you go, wow, that looks awfully familiar to the Harley-Davidson Livewire we saw last year, you're not wrong. Harley has spun Livewire off into its own brand. And that's because the Venn diagram of people who want Harley-Davidsons and people who want electric motorcycles is 2 non-intersecting circles. So, like Genesis, like Polestar, these are now standalone brands, which ultimately I think is good for everybody, not the least of which because this motorcycle was $32,000 a year ago. It's now $22,000, making it a much more attractive value proposition. It has an 86 horsepower single-speed electric motor. It has a cool low-mounted finned battery pack that Livewire says is good for up to 146 miles of range, and on a DC fast charger can be charged through this power port on the top in 1 hour from completely dead. On a 110 volt wall outlet, that time is 11 hours, meaning you could charge it overnight. And here at WCCS, with our level 2 chargers, you can charge it in about 3.5 to 4 hours from dead. That's pretty good. It weighs 526 pounds and has a very low center of gravity. Do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, 60 to 80 in 1.9 seconds, and has a top speed gear limited of 110 miles an hour. It is a really good looking bike that when I took it to Malibu on Sunday, really draws a crowd. A lot of people are very interested in it. And as you will see in just a second, it is a game changer from the very first time you crack the throttle. So let's gear up and hit the road. So without an engine to start, this is an interesting experience. So you have to power on the system, which turns all the computers on, raise the side stand, and then there is a start button. So now I've hit the start button and it is actually running, and it has a haptic motor in it, meaning it gives you these little like cell phone kind of vibrations through your bum so you know that it's on. And the reason they do that is so that you don't accidentally play with the throttle, you know, or the buttons, thinking it's not actually powered on. So it kind of reminds you that it's on, which is interesting. And we're off. No noise, just a bit of an electric whir. And here we go. Right now, the first time I rode it, this is how far I got before I went, oh, this is very, very different. The Livewire is just one of the coolest experiences, and I feel a little bit like how some people feel when they drive Teslas, because the sensation is going to be the same really with all electric motorcycles, and so I don't want to give Livewire credit for something that is inherent to all EV motorcycles, but I wasn't really aware of how nice riding a torquey, silent motorcycle could be. And now I am, and you're going to see that. Now, we didn't go out to the canyons today. We're in the city because this is where the Livewire is meant to be. And it's, well, first off, coming to a stop, no gears. You don't have to shuffle around for neutral. It's just stop, and now green light, go. Easily pull out, pull away from traffic quickly, silently. And the torque, you just ride the wave. You just surf that wave of torque. One thing I don't like about Harley-Davidson motorcycles and their offspring, the split blinker, I really, considering there's no clutch lever on the left side, all we have is a brake on the right and then a foot brake on the right, I wouldn't really mind at all if we had the blinkers on the left, as opposed to the split blinker design they do now. I don't love that. But this silent whir, the air going by, the complete lack of vibrations from the motorcycle is an incredibly pleasant experience. It really is. And I feel like I've been game changed. Oh wow. And you know what I've just realized? Is I haven't done up my chin strap. I was so busy, I'm going to stop and do that because that's a safety thing. I was so busy setting up cameras. You believe that? That I completely forgot my chin strap. This is what happens when you're running audio and things in a motorcycle. And we need to practice safety. And I don't want to do things that are unsafe. So, there we are. But this is a good opportunity for me to just rip it on this freeway, huh? Visor down, clear, and we're off. There we go. Back in the game. Boom! Traction control. But, whoa! There's 60. I mean, it's just delightful the way this thing makes power. And although 526 pounds is not sport bike light, by American iron standards, it's pretty good. And the center of gravity is quite low, so the bike is the right size. It feels very maneuverable for this weight. And it's got this great torque even at highway speeds. Never have to worry about shifting. Which, look, I love a manual transmission as much as the next guy, but it's nice to not have to do it. It really is, especially when you've got just this smoothness. They probably could have got away with scooter brakes, like with a brake on the left handlebar instead of just on the foot brake. Could have got away with that, I think. But the foot brake is more of a motorcycle familiarity. We're going to go back on the freeway and then go back to the surface streets. I just wanted to show you the acceleration. But just so you know, that 146-mile range is a little, fibby. Maybe if you were in super range mode and being extra cautious, you could get away with that. But we have not gone 5 miles, but have used an alleged 5 miles of range. So beware. Here we go. It's not like it just wants to do an enormous wheelie and get away from you either. I'm sure one could do a wheelie on it, but as soon as I got on the freeway with this for the first time, I went from, oh yeah, to baby, yes, please. It is a truly enjoyable ride because of the smoothness and the silence. You're not going to get the numb hands from the vibrations. The riding position is good. I don't have to put too much weight on my elbows. And you know, like an electric car, it's pretty easy to go pretty fast. It does not have any real resistance to speed. It feels like you could unleash the power at any time. It feels like there's no straining the motorcycle. It just is the flood of electrons that allows you this infinite wave of torque. It's quite amazing. But you just saw how far we went. I've just used another 4 miles of range, going, I don't know, a mile, maybe a mile and a quarter. So that's why I think the 146 mile range is not necessarily not true, but let's just say dubious. And I'm not even in the super sport mode. I'm in the tour mode, which actually I really like. It has a good combination of metrics that I'm into. It has very nice balance when cornering. But the fact that it's so much like flying a glider, it really, you know, motorcycling already kind of feels a little bit like flying. And this one only brings those sensations even more to the surface than before. It really feels like you are actually flying or sailing, and this person is definitely picking their nose, not paying attention. Lane splitting, of course, is legal in the state of California. Not only is it legal, this is definitely safer than not. Oh, I'm getting the haptic feedback is reminding me the bike is still on, so it's vibrating through my bum. It's one little about every 5 seconds. It's not a constant rumble. It's just a little. It's neat. Not having to fumble with a gearbox finding neutral at a red light. That's nice. Not gonna lie. That is nice. And it's something I'm used to on my scooter. You know, because I ride a Vespa around town all the time. So, although I love hitting the canyons on a sporty motorcycle, in the city, first gear, second gear, neutral. First gear, second gear, neutral. So not having a gearbox is a benefit. It just allows you to rip away from the light faster and not have something to fumble with as much as you're coming up to a stop. If this thing had like a cool cargo box on the back, it would be the ultimate urban motorcycle for me, because it looks awesome. It's got a great bit of style. I've got plenty of places to charge it, and even in a pinch, the underseat home charger that it comes with, you know, you keep it on board, which is cool. And it's just got crazy torque. I mean, it's not like 86 foot-pounds is like a record for motorcycle, but it's at 0. So here's the YouTube space on our right, as well as the hangar where they built the Spruce Goose. Kind of neat stuff. But I don't want to say I'm shocked, because I know how nice EV cars are to use in this type of environment. But I will say that I am deeply, deeply impressed with the dynamics of it being fun for an enthusiast. And my friend Spike Ferriston feels the same way. He rode this thing last week, and now I'm on it, and we're both just like, isn't it the best, you know? And we're old school sports car guys too. We love gears and engines and smells of exhaust and leather and manual transmissions. We're into all that stuff. But riding this, it feels, I don't want to say like the future, because I don't want the other stuff to be gone completely, but it feels like a genuinely wonderful experience that is even enjoyable for someone who is a diehard gearhead. Let's see, things I don't like. These mirrors really do a good job of showing me my forearms and my elbows. Although they are convex, I would love for them to be 3 or 4 inches further out. So maybe some custom mirrors would be in order. That's really it. I like everything else about this motorcycle very, very much. It's just comfortable, easy, livable. It has a very shallow learning curve. You can get on it and ride it pretty fast right away. That instant torque is right there for you, but it's really just a great thing. And so if they could just put the blinkers on one side of the handlebars, because these are tough to get used to, and extend these mirrors a little bit further out, I would say you have almost the perfect electric motorcycle. And at a new price of $22,000 instead of $32,000, I would say that it does present itself as the potential value proposition, or if not a value, certainly much more appealing. So thank you to Livewire for letting me have a go with this thing for 2 weeks. It's been fabulous. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll see you later.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app, available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.